Hello Internet, welcome back to Watch with Joe. It's time for another episode of The Mandalorian. Yes, very excited for another episode. Before we get into a little recap of last week's episode, I want to remind everyone I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Was trying to do it by April 1st, that's not going to happen. Unless you guys go absolutely crazy. But I am trying to still get to 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to do it. So if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you already are, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. And if you're enjoying it here, please share with your friends and your family and tell them to subscribe as well, because I really need those subs. And now let's catch up on where we were in the last episode of The Mandalorian. And I think the most important thing to talk about, it's not Bo-Katan, it's not Grogu and his powers expanding. It's not that creepy half robot, half weird creature thing trying to drain Mando in the ruins of Mandalore. No, it's the friggin' Mythosaur. The Mythosaur in the waters below, in the water where it was like legend that a Mythosaur's lair was, and that's how the Mythosaur skull became like the emblem, the crest of Mandalore. Oh, and it was there, and it was alive, and Bo-Katan saw it. And the question now is, how is she going to react to this? Because I think this changes everything for her. I think this is a huge, like, wow moment for Bo-Katan, because before she was skeptical of all that traditional stuff. She kept on saying, oh, it's just, that's what I was told. I didn't really believe in it when I had to go down and do it. And now she's seen the Mythosaur. And I think this will absolutely change her trajectory. And the question for me now is, what side does Mando come down on? Because his faction of Mandalore is masks on, kind of, it's this very different view to how Bo-Katan sees it. And I have a feeling that those two factions will clash. And the question is, where does Din Djarin come down? Because he's gone all this way to get back in the good graces of his own. But will he support them going to war with another faction? Because I see that's the way it's going. And I can't imagine he'd be okay with that. So, yeah, I think last week's episode, very important for the trajectory of the rest of the series. Not just the season, the series. So, yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Plenty else to talk about, like Grogu's expanding powers, but I did speak about all this last week's episode. I'm just excited to see what happens next, and I imagine it's going to be fairly dramatic. So let's just get down to it. It's the third episode of season 3 of The Mandalorian. Oh, we're going right back in it moments later.
You bathed in the living waters. You are Mandalorian again. Can we leave now?
Oh, she's not going to say anything to him.
You see anything down there? Did you see anything alive?
She's not going to tell him.
Like what?
Nothing. Let's get out of here.
Oh, I knew it!
We took a hit.
Something's coming up on us fast. It looks like a
Pirates.
TIE interceptors.
TIE interceptors? Oh, whoa, space battle!
Interceptors are a lot tougher than TIE fighters.
Yes. Please don't tell me another one of his ships is about to get destroyed. Yep. The N1's about to get destroyed! Or not.
Made it.
This is so cool! Oh, I love it! Oh! That was so cool! That was awesome!
I'm seeing something on the scope.
Ooh. Oh no! Holy shit! Jesus! Where did all these interceptors come from? Ooh, the convert. Ooh, interesting. Holy crap! Are we on Coruscant?
Though that work is now behind me and I regret what I did, I assure you that my original intentions were good.
Why do I get a feeling he's about to get assassinated?
Thanks to the groundbreaking work of the Kaminoans, we know that cloning can duplicate an individual from a single genetic strand. What my work explored was the hopes of combining multiple strands to create replicas that incorporated the best genetic attributes of both donors.
G68.
Oh.
I didn't expect to see anyone from Moff Gideon's ship here.
Gideon? I didn't know you worked for him.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to the rehabilitation program, I can contribute to the New Republic.
I don't trust her.
Just have you taken in the sights on Coruscant, Doctor?
No, I haven't had the time.
I'd be happy to show you around when you do.
She's gonna kill him. Oh no. Why? This is interesting to see this little insight into the New Republic. And maybe why it wasn't successful.
We were close to making some incredible breakthroughs. In the right hands, our discoveries could have helped a lot of people.
In the wrong hands,
So why not? The New Republic is trying their best, but they're struggling. There are lots of capable people who want to help. You understand what I'm saying?
Don't like it. Wow, we're getting a big slice of New Republic here. Of course, we all know where this leads because we've seen the sequel movies. I assume, his cloning leads to Snoke and the Emperor and all that jazz.
We can get you a mobile lab station.
Equipment I'm archiving, it's all coded to be destroyed. But it's all still perfectly good.
It's Imperial technology.
Yes, but they can still be put to good use.
New Republic just wiping the slate clean. They don't want anything to do with any old Empire tech.
Have you experienced any feelings of anger or resentment towards your coworkers?
Yes.
Have you experienced any feelings of anger or resentment towards the New Republic government or its representatives?
Yes.
Apologies if you didn't hear me. Have you experienced any feelings of anger or resentment?
No. The mobile lab station? Let's go get it.
Good. Tomorrow night?
You're helping the New Republic. It's the right thing to do.
You're helping the Emperor. I want that coat. Of course, that's what comes to mind. I want the fashion.
We slip in, grab what you need, and we're back at Amnesty Housing before you know it.
Have you done this before?
Where do you think she got the biscuits?
Where do you think I got the biscuits?
Thank you. You're moving very, very fast. Ooh, that was a stroke of luck.
This is perfect. Only take what I need.
Don't trust any of this. I don't trust their purpose. I don't trust her. I don't trust that noise. Ah!
Amnesty Scientist L-52, raise your hands. You are under arrest.
Oh, wow! Oh, I had it completely backwards!
It's a mind flayer.
It's a similar device, but we found at low voltages it can be used to help soothe select traumatic memories.
Oh, this is fucked up!
She brought me there. It was a trap. Please, I just wanted to help. She set me up.
You're welcome to stay.
Is she gonna bump it up to top? Is she gonna wipe him? She's gonna wipe him! Knew it! Jesus.
They still live by the old ways.
Yes, it will go smoother if you keep your helmet on. Trust me.
Of course.
Hmm.
You were an apostate, Din Djarin.
No longer. I have been to the mines of Mandalore.
I was witness.
And who are you, Night Owl?
I am Bo-Katan of Clan Kryze.
Your house has fallen from the way. You were both apostates.
We have been to the living waters.
What's gonna happen now?
We shall see.
I love that he referenced to her as Night Owl. I loved that. Okay.
He speaks the truth. Din Djarin, you are redeemed. This is the way.
This is the way.
By creed, you too are redeemed. But I do not walk the way. And have you removed your helmet since? No.
Oh.
I have not. Welcome, Bo-Katan of Clan Kryze. This is the way.
This is the way.
Oh! This is not what I expected. Interesting. Ooh. So that was episode 3 of season 3 of The Mandalorian, and different. Different is how I'd describe that episode. I mean, the beginning was great and interesting, and I was really excited because, yeah, we got a great fighter battle. But the thing I was most interested in was that Bo-Katan did not tell Din Djarin about the mythosaur. It was a very interesting decision. But that leading to what happens at the end of the episode, with her becoming part of the way, let's say, a child of the Watch. It's very interesting. I'm not sure what that leads to. But it's going to be interesting. Very interesting. Now, for the rest of the episode, we had a long, meandering little look at the New Republic and some ex-Imperials. And I think I said it during the reaction that the Doctor's research that he's been doing about cloning and Force-sensitive blood samples for cloning, all that leads to Snoke and the Emperor in the sequel trilogy. And the question was, how did the other officer from Moff Gideon's ship come into the equation? Now, my initial thought was that she had infiltrated the program and was influencing him in a way towards continuing this work for what would become the First Order. And then she did the double cross on him. And it turned out she was working to find people who were relapsing or who were false in their loyalty and things. But then she wiped him. So I really don't know what her deal is. And she kind of put that little trigger in his head for doing what, for continuing his research. She needled it. She found a little loose thread and just tugged and tugged and tugged, and that's what set him off. Now, I don't know if that was just because she wanted to find out if he would do it or something else. I have a trust thing, and I just don't. And I do not trust her motivations. I would have trusted her significantly more if she hadn't then wiped him. But because she did, I do not trust her motivations. Is she just does she just want to destroy anyone Imperial, or anyone who has tiny little thoughts of Imperial still in their head? Or is she working for someone? And what happened to that box of stuff he took? Where did she take that? I just don't know. Don't know who to trust. But I just don't trust anyone. Well, I don't know who to trust, so I don't trust anyone. Ugh. The problem I had with this episode, though, was not the story, because the story is interesting. My problem with it is it feels Mandalorian adjacent, not Mandalorian. It feels like that whole middle part of that episode should have been part of a different show called The New Republic or something of that nature, because it didn't feel like an episode of The Mandalorian, and that's my issue with it. Because how can it be The Mandalorian when they're only in it for 5 minutes? But that's my point of view. I don't know if everyone feels like that for this episode. Just my point of view. There we go. See what happens next week. I assume we're going to delve further into this Bo-Katan situation. And, more importantly, the Mandalore situation. Interesting. And, I suppose, the huge amount of TIE interceptors and bombers. Where did they come from? How are there so many? Does not bode well for anyone. The First Order is on the rise. And that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and comment below. All those things help me grow the channel, so I can keep doing this for you, the internet. Join me in the comments. I will chat with you about anything Star Wars there. And I'll see you in the next episode.